I was looking in the mirror this morning when I seen something absolutely horrific. That's when I realised it was just my own reflection, and that got me thinking. Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome to the first edition of the Light Nor Sky Challenge. 3 YouTubers, 1 planet, no advanced tech, limited build materials. You got a spaceship? Forget about it. You are marooned on the planet. Your only resources is what you can scrape together, and you can completely forget as well about exocraft. They're completely not allowed. So if you want to get around the planet, then you best make sure you get a very good time. This is stripping back everything we know about No Man's Sky right down to its fundamental game mechanics. And if all of that didn't seem hard enough, there are also going to be challenges along the way, objectives that we will need to complete. We are all competing against each other. Each successful completed objective will award us points. And at the end of the challenge, whoever has the most points wins. So the heat is on. Now, before we do get into today's video, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a very wonderful special announcement to make. Now, a lot of people in the comments section was asking if they was able to join what me, Captain Steve and Ricey are doing to participate in the simulation challenge. Later today, I will be dropping 2 messages. 1 message for my YouTube members and 1 for my Patreon members with the planet coordinates so they can go ahead and join us in this challenge. On Saturday, I will be releasing the coordinates to the public so everybody then can join us. Now, when you do join us on this planet, and if you want to participate in this event, then you'll have to choose one of 3 teams to join. Myself, Ricey, or Captain Steve. And the idea is to build next to each representative team. Because during this simulation, during this event, there are going to be challenges that we will need to complete as a team. And of course, you know that we've got curveballs thrown in there as well, yet to be announced. But for more information, ladies and gentlemen, you can go ahead and join my Discord right now, link in the video description down below, and that's where I'll be posting the rules and things like that. So link video description down below for my Discord, make sure you join it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into today's video. I don't trust my neighbour. I do not trust him one bit. So, we can see right now that Captain Steve base is live. We can see it finally. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Now, he is currently 10 hours away, and it's not like I can just go and jump in the ship and go and mess with him, because there's no ships in this challenge. I have a mount that I can use, and plus that there's an entire freaking ocean between us. So, if I want to get there, it's going to be a 10-hour journey. So that's incredible, but there must be a quicker way to get over there, and that's something I will explore in a later event. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't trust him. Foreshadowing. So my first order of business today is to get some lights in the freaking base, because I cannot see at night. This base is virtually pitch black at night. And the thing is, we're not allowed any electricity, so I'm not allowed to, you know, stick some lights on the ceiling and call it a day. So I'm going to have to use plants. Now, for plants, I've got a good few ideas what I can use that emit light. So we're going to need some materials, and I know just the perfect place to get everything that we need. Yes! It's like fishing, but with a laser. Fantastic! So the ocean in this case is providing everything I will need to continue my light project today. So we need this Cypher, whatever it's called, and we also need the carbon, and we also need the kelp sacks. That's for something I've got planned in another episode, but it also gives us salt as well. Everything that we will need right now can come from the ocean, so laser fishing is definitely on the menu. So for light structures, I'm going to be using these blooms. Now, these can be resized, and they emit a heck of a butt ton of light, which is fantastic. They don't require power. It's bioemittance, which goes with the theme of what we're doing here today. However, I can't seem to get it on the roof, so I think I need to come up with an ingenious way on how we can get these mounted to the ceiling. And I think I've got just the idea. Yes, if in doubt, just build until it works, and that's exactly the philosophy I had here. So I did clip through the ceiling just a little. Yeah, okay. So, okay, this isn't a problem. Now, this might look like a mistake to you, but I see tables. I see fancy tables. So we're going to put some fancy chairs down. Again, if I'm not allowed chairs, let me know, Captain Steve and Rice in, and I can get them removed. And I'll just build my own chairs out of random crap. But for now, I'm going to put some upholstered chairs down and get something on the tables and make it look quite nice. So even though this was a mistake, it was a happy mistake. There we go. Perfect. Yes. Okay, so originally this was going to be like a bedroom area, and I still might turn it into a bedroom area up here. However, I'm quite happy with that. So we need to now think about the outside of the base itself. So because of this planet having these really hot flushes, you know, it's constantly killing my pet. So maybe I can build a stable, you know, and just park the animal in there, you know, close it up once it's in. And that way then it'll just stop the whole I have to respawn him every single time it gets a little bit too warm, like a barbecued chicken. Alright, so I got the stables down somewhat. However, I've noticed something. He won't go through that front door at all. Now, I don't know if it's an eye issue or what. However, when I go ahead and I mount it, and then try and like go through the front door, it'll look like the creature's running through the front door, but then it's not me that's turning away, but it's the animal. So I don't think it can go on player placed tiles, which is quite frustrating. So it's something that I'm gonna have to tinker about with. I'll probably just end up taking away the flooring and just replacing the stables. So then it can, I have a theory, because it can run on land, it should then be able to run in the stables if the flooring isn't there. So I'll get that done at a later date. But next, I need to concentrate on something else. Now, with this base being so out in the open, and with the kind of theme of what we're going for here, then I kind of want like a wall, a perimeter going around my complex. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on next. I'm going to build a wall. It's going to be a fantastic wall. It'll keep out China. Yeah, that's the best Donald Trump impression I can do. Deal with it. But you know what? It just made me think back to Donald Trump building a wall. I just thought it was quite hilarious. Anyway, so we are going to build a perimeter. It's going to be 2 walls high to start up with, and then I'm going to pave it up at the top and then build more additional walls from that just to get a little bit of height. But it's going to take a lot of resources, a lot of silicate powder, so I already feel sorry for the ground because I'm going to have to make holes everywhere. It's like laser fishing, but on the ground. Who knew? Okay, so the first kind of wall, it's too high. It goes all the way around the compound. And now all I need to do is put down these floor panels, and that will act as quote-unquote the ground floor. It's just because the grass underneath is just so uneven. So building too high kind of, apart from that massive rock there, but I have an idea what I'm going to do with that. It just kind of keeps everything nice and flat, and it can be like a courtyard. Fantastic. So let's finish up this, and then I'm going to put towers, defensive towers. Foreshadowing here. Defensive towers around the perimeter as well. We're going to build a fortified compound. That's kind of like the idea I'm going with here. So obviously with this challenge, there is going to be PvP elements announced. It's only PvE at the minute, but PvP will be enabled at some point during this challenge. That's all I can say right now. So we are going to need to figure out a way on how to defend ourselves. And I figure these towers would be a very, very good idea. Now, I've already seen that Captain Steve and Ricey have already made their speeches on why you should join their faction. And I have prepared my own statement on why I believe joining their factions would be the wrong idea and why you should join mine. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, seeing as though you're all absolute legends, do you want a base, a city, a faction you can be proud of, with a leader who is competent, who has the ability of charisma and autism? Then I am the leader for you. A leader you can trust, a leader you can rely on, a leader that will lead us to victory. No matter the challenges, no matter the objectives, I believe that with strong leadership, with a strong committed team, we can rule this planet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should join the Crayola Kingdom. Now, I've already gone ahead and put down a gatehouse as well, and I've got massive towers on each of the corners. But for another ring of protection, we are going to be putting down these. Now, these things look formidable. They're little spiky things. I mean, I wouldn't like to walk next to these. You probably get a prick. It's like a cactus made of stone. Fantastic. Now, one of the things is, when, you know, we're able to, like, raid bases and, you know, PvP is enabled, then whenever you go up to, like, a faction base or anything like that, you're not allowed to use your jetpack. You got to think of other creative ways on storming the camp, if you will. So it's going to be a brainstorm and a half, which is why I'm building these not absolutely dramatically high, but I'm also putting these around the perimeter to try at least stop. And the way I think about it is, how would I try and storm a base? And the way I think about it is 2 people, and then maybe one can jump, because you can use it for like jumping purposes. You just can't jetpack. So maybe jump on somebody else's head, and then they jump on somebody else's head, and you make like a massive conga line, but going straight vertical. And that's how then you can start hopping over the walls and having a little bit of fun with the occupants on the inside. But with the little stone gap I've got going on here, I think it would deter them from doing that, so we'd have to think of another way, and that's how I'm thinking about it right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crayola Kingdom Fort. That is right, on our wonderful part of this world, we have a formidable fort where it's like the Alamo. If we're getting pushed back, we can come here and make our last stand. But the idea is to get everybody building a massive like town structure on the outside, and then we can put walls all around it. It will be a city-esque structure, and that's kind of like the theme that I'm going for here. And as you can see, we've already got the first part of it built. I cannot wait to see when more people join the faction and what we can all accomplish together. It'll be absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is the view. I mean, look at this. You're up here, you can start shooting out of these holes, making sure that no one approaches that's not meant to be. Naughty, naughty. It will be fantastic. A good place to defend with a lot of cover, but a lot of visual coverage. And again, that's what I'm thinking about. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, and like I said at the beginning of today's video, if you are already a part of my YouTube membership or you are a part of my Patreon, you will be sent the invite. So make sure you look through those respective channels to get early access. Now, the rest of the access will be released all at the same time on my channel, on Rice's channel, and on Captain Steve's channel on Saturday for the rest of the public to go ahead and join in this event. But with that, like I said, there will be rules and more information will be laid out. So if you want to find out more information about rules prior to joining anything, then please do go ahead and join our respective Discords. Mine is in the video description down below. Make sure you go ahead and join. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a massive favor for this video. Leave it a like. It really does help get this event out there to the wider YouTube audience. And don't forget, if you are new around here, to hit that subscribe button as well. Anyway, that's everything from me here today. And as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.